So today I'm going to try to keep it a little bit brief because I want to go grocery shopping. I'm not even going to lie. It's one of my favorite things I like to do. It's just a nice little relaxing time for me personally where I can just kind of, you know, think about food. It sounds stupid. I know, but I it's my me time. That's my me time is just grocery shopping. It's great. And it lets me kind of clear my head out, which definitely something I need today, but not the point. Hello, welcome to Militia is going to give you some bits of advice, and he's going to show you a reason why you should take his advice because it's very important, especially with the topic I'm going to weave it into. As a lot of you may know, I am a very large proponent of someone who believes that well-researched information is the best kind of information you can have because when you have facts and objectivity, it is very good and it can allow you to have conversations, hopefully that are constructive. But on top of that, when you have facts and information and you double check your sources and you do all these things, it's important to, have those because then, if someone calls you out and they say, well, where the hell did you get this information? And here you go. Here's a source. Here's the proof. Here's a reliable source. And that's something that I take very large pride in with my video essays. I try my best to get information and facts from first party sources. I try to interview people that I want to interview and such when it comes to like talking about games or anything really. And, again, I also do this with a lot of things in my life where I try to look into news. I try to look into situations and what's going on and things like that, because I want to be able to be well informed so that way if I have a conversation with someone or if I want to bring up a topic with someone, I can come in and say, hey, this thing is really shitty. Let's talk about it. Oh, okay. And then someone says something and I'm like, well, wait, no, this is actually not true. Here are some sources. But not like in a dickish way, just to like make sure that someone doesn't fall for something that's like incorrect and such. Like when it's about objectiveness, not like, oh, what's your favorite cartoon character? And then they say Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, and I'm like, well, no, objectively the best cartoon character. Like, no, not like that. Like more serious adult topics. This is such a dumb thing, but I'm gonna segue this into a stronger topic. I promise to kind of show what I mean here, which I will do right now, as I'm going to, I think for the first time on this channel, I'm gonna show you guys the screen that I'm looking at while I'm recording. Usually when I record these videos, I'm on some random thing. I use like a desktop capture to kind of make it a little easier for me to just because I don't want to put it on my face because then I subconscious. But one of the biggest things, if you guys don't know, the government has shut down, and this is why understanding information is very important. Well, I'll show my screen in a split second here. But yeah, the government has shut down. You've probably heard about this because, I mean, it's very important. It's a very big thing happening right now. And a lot of the conversation is being this sort of back and forth between Democrats and Republicans. And as you guys know, I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am not registered to any party because I think both sides are kind of shitty. And I don't love either side's policies to the fullest extent, and I'd rather not just get called something like a liberal or a conservative because I think that's stupid. I think I'm just very open-minded to conversation, and I know that makes me sound like a pretentious prick, but I just would rather not get grouped in with people. The point that I want to make here is that while I am very frustrated with the Democratic Party because of the fact that it feels like only now they are starting to actually, do something to combat against Trump and his very, very clearly, and again, this is well researched. I've read up on this topic about authoritarianism and, tyrants and things like that. I own a book now where I've looked at fascism and, the steps that get taken there. And I've done other research on top of that to kind of get my point. I really am annoyed with the Democratic Party that it feels like still some of them are holding out hope that this maybe will get better when very clearly, based on everything, based on just history. It won't. What I'm more frustrated with is that the Republican Party right now is trying to say that the Democratic Party is trying to put like millions of dollars into, or maybe I think billions of dollars, yeah, like 1.5 billion into subsidies that would give illegal immigrants health insurance. But, and I'm going to show my screen now, if you look at the government-run website, healthcare.gov, which I have personally used in the past because at one point I needed state insurance. I'm obviously not going to show the process on how you do that and shit, but like, I know what's required of getting health insurance in this country, and I really know how annoying as fuck it is to get. But my favorite thing in the world is that when they say illegal immigrants will get health insurance if we pass this continuing resolution that the Democrats want, when on their own websites it says undocumented immigrants can't get marketplace health coverage. They may apply for coverage on behalf of undocumented individuals. It says that only 3 types of people that can are U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, and lawfully present immigrants. And if you don't know what a lawfully present immigrant is, lawfully present include qualified non-citizen immigration status. There's details here below here. If you want to pause and read here. But I'm not gonna go over that because that's not the point of this video. You got humanitarian status or circumstances, including all of these different things here. Valid non-immigrant visas, and legal status conferred by other laws, which again, if you want to, you can pause and you can read these. I will kind of go down here a little bit too. Down a little more, just to kind of get everything here. Again, you can pause, you can read. That's not the point of what this video is. What the point of this video, and I'm going to go back to showing whatever gameplay I choose to put on screen here. The point of where I'm going with this is this. What aggravates me is the fact, the other, well, I'm just going to say it, bullshit of what they're saying. Because on their own website, this is a government run. The government is run by strictly Republican right now. Like, in a majority sense, Republican Party is running the government. They could have taken this off the website if they wanted to, and they might, and who knows? The fact that people are pointing this out, maybe they will. But they clearly say that undocumented immigrants can't get marketplace health coverage. And based on my own experience of getting health insurance in this country, for the couple of months that I had, state government insurance, you have to provide a lot of information. And if you can't provide that information because you're an undocumented immigrant and you don't got the documents, you can't get health insurance. So the fact that they're trying to say, they're going to try to, if you pass the continuing resolution that would reopen the government that the Democrats want, it would give illegal immigrants health insurance. It doesn't make sense. And like, I don't have to read the news article to do that. I'm on healthcare.gov, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And this is why I very highly encourage you, if you are ever trying to get any kind of information in life, whether it is about politics, whether it is about video games, whether it's about chapstick or fucking taquitos or fucking, I don't know, cameras or whatever. I'm looking around in my room now. There's no taquitos in my room. I was talking about the camera, but the main point that I want to make to you, make sure you do your research. It is absolutely vital, especially nowadays, especially in a, fortunately, government and political sense, because people will straight up lie. And it is proof on their website, man. Like, it's just, that's my advice. Just make sure when you do things, you get research. Don't be a dick and rub research in people's faces. And by that I mean, like, share information with people, but don't be like an asshole and be like, look, see, I told you so. Like that's fucking stupid. Don't do that. Have sensible conversations. Have open communication with people, because I think it's important to have constructive conversations. Because what are we gonna do if we don't? We're just gonna sit here and get mad and just annoyed? Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That's about it for today. Do your research. Don't believe things unless obviously you trust the sources. but double check those sources because sometimes life changes and sometimes people put bias in this type of stuff. Especially again, it's not just in the political sense, but it was just the easiest one because it's very topical of what's going on right now. But yeah, just make sure you check for facts. Look for objectivity in life. That's my best advice. And don't be a dick when you have facts. You know, that's about it. I will. I'll see you guys later. I got a couple other videos for the channel that I'm going to try to work on this month, and I'll try to cover some more Halloweeny stuff. But I wanted to get this out really quick before I go grocery shopping. I'm going to edit this, upload it, and then by the time you're watching it, I will probably be either at my grocery store or on my way to the grocery store. Yeah, all right. Or maybe I'll be back. I don't know. Maybe this is in the future and you watch. I don't know. Whatever. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. See you guys later. Bye.